So, we're going to create a character, and this is your character creation screen. Character creation is a series of tabs with subtabs in them, and lots of in-depth because this was built for a base of D&D 3.5. Under melee classes, we have Fighter with the Dragon Lord archetype. We have Barbarian, Paladin with the Sacred Fist archetype, which is more of a blend of Monk and Paladin than anything else. And we have Monk. Under Spellcasters, we have Sorcerer with Wild Mage archetype, which comes with the new expansion coming out. I have access to it because I'm a VIP. Cleric with the Dark Apostate archetype, which is unholy instead of holy. Essentially answers the question of what happens if you use Necromancy as a cleric instead of, healing people. We have Wizards, your typical D&D wizard. Favored Souls, which are a blend of Sorcerer and Cleric. They can cast more spells more often, but they have less selection of spells. We have Druid and Blight Casters, which are more offensive druids. And we have Warlocks and Acolyte of the Skin, which is a fiend form warlock that transforms into a demon. And then under Specialist, we have Rangers and the Dark Hunter. They strike terror into their prey. They're primarily from the Underdark. Rogues, Bards, and Stormsingers, which use magical elements of electricity and ice. Artificers, which are kind of what you'd expect from the name. They tinker and build, and they can do most of the things a rogue can do. They can do most of the things a ranger can do, and they can do some of the things a wizard can do. And then we have alchemists, which is what happens if you throw a potion bottle at your enemy. Heal them with a healing potion? Sure. Harm them with a lightning potion? Yep, got that. Under iconics, I don't have any of these unlocked besides the Deep Gnome, which I think is a free unlock. It's been a while. But these are all... This is a rogue with a special tree. This is a fighter, a cleric, a paladin warforged, a wizard, or illusionist. Aasimar Scourge is a ranger specializing in undead. Tiefling Scoundrel is a bard tiefling. Razorclaw Shifter is a barbarian with hand wraps because they have claws. Tabaxi Trailblazer is a monk. And Chaosmancer is from the new expansion, which is coming out shortly. It is Myth Dranor. That's the name of the place. And wild mages have wild magic everywhere. For this run, I'm going to be doing a spellcaster, druid, blight caster. Paths are normally pre-built character paths for your talents. They're available on some classes, but not all, and some of them don't work anymore because it's a system that is going away as they're rebuilding things. I'm picking an Aasimar because Aasimar start with a higher wisdom, which is the casting stat for druids. Gives me a functional increase of 2 wisdom, which if you've played a point buy system of D&D, 2 points for free is very, very powerful. Yes, we're doing Aasimar. Been a while since I played. So we're going to put 18 in wisdom because by the time I get to the point where 20 is going to be a big deal, that's a ways out. At least 12 in strength, decent con, decent dex, decent intellect. Charisma is kind of a dump stuff for this build. Intellect affects how many skill points you get. Strength affects your melee damage and also affects how much you can carry. Dexterity covers your armor class for light armored individuals, which we will be. Druids can wear light armor. I have a champion build because I have veteran status. If you are starting without VIP status or veteran status, you will only have 28. Do keep that in mind. No, I'm not making an entirely new account and getting rid of all my stuff from this account in order to show off that. So next we'll add 1 in con, 1 in dex. That way if I need to boost either of these by a point, it's real easy. No, we're gonna have 14 in con. Because I'd like a little extra hit points. As you can see, 13 in con gives you nothing. An extra point gives you an extra hit point and an extra fortitude save. 17 wisdom takes 10 spell points away. Odd numbers don't do you any good. Even numbers do you lots of good because they change your modifiers. Max concentration, because that will affect how much you can keep concentration on your spellcasting when you're being attacked. If you're soloing, you will be attacked basically constantly. Prepare for it. Spellcraft improves your spell points slightly. Spell power. And increases damage with all types of spells except for positive energy, negative energy. Each point of spellcraft grants 1 point of spell power with all damage types except for positive energy, negative energy, repair, rust, and sonic. Thank you. I'm going to give me better spot because being able to spot things is very important. Listen also because that will help you see invisible enemies, because while they might be invisible, they're not silent, typically. Heal affects how much you heal when you rest. Very important. Skills that aren't important, really, because there's buffs that you can get very cheaply, are swim. Balance affects how fast you get back up. That can be important, but not enough for me to spend a bunch of points on it. Same with jump. A little bit's fine. Not going to dump a whole bunch of points into it. This character does not care about move silently or perform. If you are a bard, perform would be the thing you want maximum of for sonic spell damage. And for a lot of your enhancements, what would be called skill tree in other games. Search is important, but I'm not going to spend a huge amount on it because it's costing twice as much because it's not a class skill. But I will spend 2 points for use magic device so I can use some non-class magical items, like wands, some scrolls, things like that. Now, this character gets 2 feats when they start out. They get a racial bonus feat from being an ASMR, which has to be from their racial bonus feat selection. And they get a regular feat from, well, being a level 1 character, because this game is kind of generous with feat abilities. I'm going to go ahead and show special only. Bond of the Protector would give me 1 charisma and 1 to will saving throws, but wisdom handles will saving throws, and seeing how it's my main casting stat, not that big of a deal. I'm going to have plenty. This one, though, gives me 1 to strength and 1 to reflex saving throws. Strength won't be a huge help because I'm going to be an odd number with it, but it will provide me the benefit of a bonus to my reflex saving throws because dexterity is not something I have a lot of. It also increases how much I can carry, which is also very important because you don't want to be burdened in this game. This game will punish you excessively hard for that. For spells, we're going to think about this for a second. Enlarge might be useful, but I'm not going to go for it. Mostly because I think I can get a little bit better use out of either concentration bonus for combat casting or mental toughness. We'll do combat casting, but it's just because I'm going to be in combat a lot and I'm starting at level 1. You, as a druid, as your divine caster, you get all the spells in your spellbook every level. So unlike in D&D where you have to pick specific spells for like a wizard or a bard, you only get those spells and you have to then learn more for wizards and inscribe them into your spellbook. In DDO, wizards get access to the spells the same way. You can add scrolls, buy scrolls, inscribe them into your spellbook. Divine casters, just like in D&D, get access to their entire spell list every level. So I can pick any of these spells at any time. My main attacks are going to be this one, because I'm having to do this again due to a glitch in my recording. Acid Spray is going to be another one that's going to be very useful for me. And Night Shield, because Magic Missiles hits way too hard for the levels I'm going to be at, and everything seems to like to spam it. And I forgot to save my action bars. Oh well. Well, I'm going to go ahead and build my character's face, which is just a matter of changing your hairstyles here. There's no way to preview them except by slowly clicking through each and every one. Hair color selected on here, and it does appear. Yeah, you either get one or the other. Clicking in between does not do you any good. Same with eye color. You can give your character metallic sheen for ASMR. And the facial detail is the logo on the front of their face and what color it is. So we're going to pause this real quick while I build my character out. And then I will see you again in just a second. Okay, character built, and we're going to go ahead and join the game.